Hi everyone, it's Lindsay Gibson here at Majestic Yoga Studio. It's day 12, let's go.
So sit cross-legged in easy cross-legged pose and sit tall. And on your next exhale, begin to bend forward and bring your hands forward. And take the first forward bend. You can keep it soft. Be sure you're breathing well through the nose. And then walk your hands around to the right. And a steady breath. And then walking back through the center, come around to the left. And then back to the center. And walking your hands in. And then interlace your fingers, turn your palms forward, stretch your arms straight, and then bring them up. Push your sit bones gently down and lift the sternum, so grow really tall. And then release the left fingertips, let them come down to the floor, and begin to side bend to the left. Bring your right arm by your right ear as you go. And just be sure that you keep your right sit bone down as you take the side bend. Keep your neck soft. You can move your head back and forth, or turn your head and look down at the left hand here. And then releasing and coming up. And then interlacing the fingers, turn the palms forward. Bring the arms up. Once again, grow tall. Belly button back to the spine gently here. And then release the right fingertips to the floor. And over you go, slowly into the side bend. So you can walk that right hand along on the floor to support you. Left arm comes over by the left ear. Neck is happy. If it's not, turn your head and look down. Couple of breaths here. And then slowly up you come. And then change legs. And let's repeat the forward bends. Coming forward again. And then walking the hands around to the right this time. And then around to the left. And then back to the center. And then walking the hands in. And let's take the right hand on the left knee and the left hand behind you. And then drawing the belly button back, start to make the twist to the left, but don't turn your head first. So use your arms to help bring your shoulders around into the twist. And then the last thing, turning your head. You can turn your head in either direction. Keep the gaze soft and quiet, and the breath steady. And then slowly releasing the twist, coming back to the center. Left hand on right knee, right hand behind. Drawing the belly button in, starting to make the turn. Use your arms to help you. But remember, don't turn your head until the last. Steady breath, soft gaze. And then slowly releasing. And stretch the legs forward, and you can shake your legs a little bit. Take your belt, and let's wrap the belt around the bottom of the feet. And hold with straight arms. And sit tall, so put a little tension on the belt so that you can sit very tall. Press the back of the legs gently down into the mat. And then let's start to take the forward bend, Paschimottanasana, the seated forward bend, coming forward over the legs. Bringing the belly button down towards the legs. Keep walking your hands along the belt until you come to your deepest forward bend, and then just be there and breathe. And then slowly release, coming up. And then let's take the legs wide for wide angle seated pose. Still with the belt around the back of the feet. Still straight arms, and then press the back of the legs down. And then we'll take the forward bend here too. Coming forward, belly button starts to roll over towards the floor. You can walk your hands along the belt, but keep a little traction going. Stay long in the torso from the crown of the head to the tailbone. Try to stretch long. And then slowly coming up and bring the legs together. And let's stand up. We'll stand up in mountain pose at the front of the mats. And so take your blocks and put them on the outer edges of your mat just in case you need them. Have the feet hip-width apart and the inner edges parallel with each other, and drawing the belly button gently back. Release and relax the shoulders. And then let's take chair pose, bringing the arms forward and up, bending at the hips, sliding the sit bones back. Make sure that your knees are floating right above your feet. Drill the weight down into the heels to keep the weight off the knees. And then starting to fold, coming down, bringing the hands to the mat and slowly straightening the legs. Uttanasana, the standing forward bend. Just hang down here. Couple breaths. And then slowly bending the knees, plant the fingertips on the outside edges of the feet or up on blocks. Transfer your weight just to your left foot and float your right leg back for the high lunge. Bring your knee right over the ankle on the left foot. Engage the back leg, lift the back thigh, engage the core, and engage the inner upper thigh muscles. When you get that, you'll be able to fly your lunge. And then hands down, back knee down. If you want to have a blanket under your back knee, put it there. And then slowly start to let your hips melt forward and down as you roll your collarbones up. Couple breaths here. And then turn the back toes under. Take the sit bones back, walk your hands back, straighten the front leg. Stay low over the front leg as you straighten it. You can roll up onto your heel here for another hamstring stretch. This is back lunge. And then slowly coming forward, knee over ankle. Come back up, high lunge. And we'll step forward to Uttanasana. Hang back down. And then bending the knees. Transfer the weight to the right foot. Float the left back. High lunge. So engage the core. Engage the upper inner knee, thigh muscles. Fly the lunge. And then release the hands, release the knee. Slowly rolling the collarbones up, melt the hips forward and down. Back toes turn under. Hips start to move back. Hands walk back as you straighten the forward leg, staying low over that forward leg. And then once again, coming forward. This time, come up to downward facing dog pose. Step back. Stretch back, planting the hands well, belly button up against the spine gently. And then let's start to move forward into plank pose, lifting the head, rolling the shoulders forward, wiggle the feet back, belly button up against the spine. And then pull your belly button up like you're trying to pull it up to your chin. And knees down, child pose. And then slowly, let's climb up to the standing forward bend. Hanging down. And bend your knees a lot. And let's curl up one vertebra at a time so the head and shoulders come up last. And you can bring your hands to your heart in Anjali Mudra. And then let's take the feet wide. So make sure the outer edges of the feet are parallel to the short ends of your mat. And then turn your right foot out 90 degrees. We're going to bend the forward knee going towards warrior two. But as we do bend it, you need to slide the base of the torso towards the forward knee to stay vertical in the spine. The knee stays right over the toes, and then inhale the arms up. Turn the head. Warrior two. And then descend the back fingertips. Turn the front hand up. Sweep the front hand up by your ear. I like to look back. And then finally, straightening the forward leg. Take a deep side bend here. belly button back. Slowly float it back to the warrior. Once again, descend the back. Fingertips, this time tip over, rest your elbow on your knee. Roll the top shoulder up towards the ceiling, and then sweep your arms up for side angle pose. And then release. Turn your feet and let's go the other way. So the left foot turns out 90 degrees. Find the lunge. Sliding the base of the torso towards the bent knee to stay vertical in the spine. Knee over ankle in this front lunge. And then the arms come up to the warrior two. Back fingertips descend, front arm sweeps up. This is Shanti Virabhadrasana, the peaceful warrior. You can straighten the leg. And then slowly float it back to the warrior. And then floating back to the side angle pose. And then release. Standing up, bring the legs together. So let's sit back down on a folded blanket in wide angle seated pose, Upavista Konasana in Sanskrit. So you can see I'm sitting up on a little folded blanket. I like to get my leg bones down on the floor, put my sit bones up on the blanket, and then hands in front of you. Now, if you're not able to take the forward bend here, put the belt back around your legs and just work with the strap as we did in the first version. But if you are able, let's take the forward bend. So walking the hands forward, little by little. And I'm walking my hands on the floor, and then I'm pulling them isometrically towards me to assist with the forward bend. Steady breath. And then coming up slowly, rotate around to the left, place one hand on each side of the leg, and let's go. Same thing, the forward bend, walking the hands out. Use them isometrically on the floor if you found that helpful. And then slowly coming back to the center. Rotate around to the right, one hand on each side of the leg, and then once again walking out. And then slowly coming up, and let's go back to the center and take that forward bend. then slowly coming up, walk the hands back. Bring the legs together, shake them out a little bit, and then bend both knees. And let's bring the left foot under the right hip. Left thigh is going straight forward. Bring the right foot to the outside. And then just hold. So hold the knee, sit tall. And we'll take this to a twist. We'll be starting to rotate the torso around to the right. Don't try to do this with your neck, so don't turn your head first. Keep your just head in line with your breastbone. See if you can grasp your knee with the elbow. Use your right hand behind you to help your shoulders around a little bit more. And then the final thing is to turn your head either into the twist or away from the twist. Either way is fine. Soft gaze, steady breath. And then release. Let's come around, do that on the other side. So now the right foot under the left hip, right thigh going forward, step the left foot to the outside of it, hold and sit tall. And then here we go around to the twist, going around to the left, belly button back towards the spine as you go. Change the hand hold. Try to get the knee in the crook of the elbow. If you can't do that, just hold it. Take the left hand behind you. And then once you're rotated as far as you can go, just turn your head gently. Keep the nice, soft, steady gaze. And then slowly release. Let's untangle the legs and come back to Upavista Konasana, wide angle seated pose. Place your right hand on your right leg and you bring your left arm behind you. Keep your left shoulder lifted and your sternum lifted, and then let's slide the hand down the leg. So we're going to go slowly into this big pose. Revolved, wide leg seated pose. Breath by breath, waiting for the body to open to the stretch. Now, if you can get your big toe, what I want you to do is put your thumb in the slot between the big toe and the toe next to it, and then wrap all the other fingers around the big toe. If you're not able to do that, just hold your ankle or your leg with a straight arm. If you're able to do this, just hold there. And then the next step, see, could you bring your elbow onto the leg? So you're going over a little bit more. Stay long on the side, stay lifted in the shoulder, sternum up. One last step, could you bring your elbow to the floor on the inside of the leg? If not, just stay where you are. If you can do this, last step, so for everybody the last step is going to be to release the left arm, swing it around. Either reach it only in the direction it's going, but if you've got a hold of the big toe, then bend your elbow, grab the little toe side of your foot, and then bending the top elbow, see if you can twist as you're side bending. Steady breath. And then releasing, come up, and let's repeat that on the other side. Left hand on left leg, right arm behind. Right shoulder stays lifted, sternum stays lifted as you start the slide. Take it slowly. If you can get the big toe, grab it, wrap the other fingers around it. If you can bend your elbow and put your elbow on your leg, that's good. Otherwise, you're just holding with a straight arm as close to your foot as you can. Last step, can we bring that elbow to the floor on the inside of the leg. And then finally, that right arm is going to come around, releasing it, and either just stretching it in the direction that you're stretching, or grab the baby toe side of the foot, bend the top elbow, do a little twist. And then release, coming up. Bring your legs together. You can shake them out a little. And then lie down on your backs. Use your blanket now under your head. Hug your knees into the chest. And when you're ready, take Shavasana, corpse pose.